Hi, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the show. Today, we have three amazing, successful business owners, and I truly cannot wait for us to dive into today's conversation. Welcome to the show, you amazing ladies.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Awesome. So, we're going to start with introductions. So, why don't we start by you telling us your name, who you are, and what you do, your business. So we're going to start with Robin, then we go to Sharon, and then Ioana. Over to you, Robin.
All righty. Well, thank you for having me, Joy. My name is Robin Kelton. I am based in Dallas, Texas. I am the hostess with the mostest of the Mamapreneur podcast, where I get to spotlight women-owned businesses from all over the world, giving them exposure for their brands. And most recently, nonprofit founder of Team Robin's Divas Cancer Foundation, where no diva fights alone.
Wow, that's profound. That's profound. I'm going to ask you questions to dive into your business and how you help women become more visible. I am just so grateful to have you in this on this conversation today. Over to you, Sharon.
Hi, so thank you for having me, Joy. It's a pleasure to be here. So my name is Sharon Dawson. I'm an advanced nurse practitioner by background, and recently I've set up two very small businesses, very in the early infancy stages of setting them up. One is called Mama, and that's a platform for everything pregnancy related and newborn baby related. So it's of course it's videos, resources, so everything is in one place for pregnancy and newborns. And the offset of that is called My Baby, and that's just social media, everyday tips, advice, support, and online courses. And more recently, I've just published my first book. So this is parenthood. Yeah, not clapping just yet. So it's just realistic expectations of becoming a parent, and yeah, trying to debunk all the myths that are out there and explaining being a mum's hard.
Wow, incredible. So you're going to tell us all about your book and all about your work in the next round. So fascinating. Over to you, Ioana.
Hi, Joy. Thank you for having me. It's really exciting to be here. I'm Iwana K. I am a certified mindset coach. I'm located in Romania. And here I'm also a licensed psychotherapist. And I work with people who dream big, but stumble upon their self-doubt, their fears, and get stuck. So together with them, we just unravel their blockage, we change the beliefs so that they can fly smoothly towards their dreams. That's what I do as a mindset coach. As a psychotherapist, my work is in person, and I mainly work with families with children.
That is so profound, and I can relate to what you just described. When I started my business about 3 years ago, I like even now I still struggle with all of those mindset blocks, and I feel like it's a daily journey to do the work so that we show up, serve the people we are here to serve, and make the impact and the income we're here to serve. So I'm gonna go around and ask what made you choose this niche? So, Iwana. So, I love how you pronounced your name. So cool. What made you choose this niche?
I think I've always been a dreamer. And as a child, my parents would always tell me that the world is gonna break me and my dreams are gonna fly away. And I think for a part of my life, they did fly away, and I was more stuck in reality, and this is how the world works, and I can't dream that big. But thanks God, the dreams came back, and I recovered that side of me that dreams big, and I shifted a lot in my mindset so that I can follow my dreams and allow myself to dream big, because I can do it with small steps. I don't have to make big leaps. I just need to make one step after the other, and it's going to be fine. I'm going to get there.
That is so profound. I love what you said about dreaming again. I feel like as women, and even just as a human being, as we grow older, we tend to push down our dreams, right? So, for example, when I was younger, I had big dreams. And then as I grew older, I almost started to rationalize my dream and convince myself that it was too big, it was impossible. So, I love how you said you allowed yourself to dream again. So good. So, Sharon, tell us about your niche. How did you decide that this will be your niche?
Okay. So in my role as an advanced nurse practitioner, I worked in a GP surgery. Saw lots and lots of mums, dads coming with newborns, and there were questions that they used to ask, and like, why don't you know this? And they were coming in with information they've gone on to Dr. Google for, or AI, incorrect information, no evidence base. And it just became so apparent that there's no resources or reliable resources that are out there. I was pregnant at 16 years old, and my daughter's 38 now. There weren't a great deal out there then. There's even less now, or there's more, but not the right information. So I just wanted to do something where I could accumulate all the knowledge that I'd built up over the years, plus obviously this personal experience, and just put it all together in one platform and just share that information, because I think parents deserve better, they deserve more, and they're just not getting it. And my son lives in the US, and he said it's pretty much the same over there as it is over here in the UK. So this is why I set this up.
That's incredible. And I love how all of you here, and me, myself included, we are mission driven. So hearing your story about why you chose the niche, it sounds very much as you are driven by a mission in the world. And that's incredible. Over to you, Robin. Tell us about your niche. How did you land on this niche?
I think it found me. I was introduced into the podcasting world. And so when it was brought my way as far as picking what I talk about, who I serve, it was in the middle of the pandemic. Well, we had time on our hands where a lot of businesses were formed during the pandemic. Lots of women owned businesses. And so being able to provide an outlet for women businesses to get their names out there, regardless of where they are in the world, that helped. Then to see that those people were getting opportunities just from my platform, I was like, all right, we picked the right niche.
Wow, incredible, incredible. I love that so much. So tell us about your entrepreneurial journey. How did that evolve for you? Were you always an entrepreneur, or did you start with a regular job? Tell us how that journey unfolded for you.
So I'm still a dual entrepreneur. So I still have a corporate job. And then I've always had a business. So almost 28 years in the beauty industry, and worked independently, plus having a corporate job. So that was the start of it. And I see what I've learned, and someone had to show me, tell me
Mhm.
about different areas of business. Beauty school didn't teach me the business. It taught me everything I needed to know just to pass state board and to go and work in a salon or whatever. That was it. So it was good to be able to be in certain rooms with people that can help me in different areas of business. So all I'm doing is being able to provide a platform and pay it forward back to other business owners that are coming up that may not know things about sales, that may not know things about just marketing. Again,
Mm.
visibility is key, because there's a lot of women business owners out there that don't want to be the face of the brand, but I have to encourage you kind of gotta be out there too, so people know who you are. There's so many businesses out there, and all businesses are saturated. So what do you do to stand out?
Incredible, incredible. I want to come back after Sharon and Ioana has told us about the entrepreneurship journey. I want to come back and delve into your area of expertise. Okay, so good. I love the work you do. So Sharon, tell us about your entrepreneurship journey. How did this evolve for you?
Well, I the area that I came from, there weren't such thing as entrepreneurs. It was just settling down, getting whatever job that you could. And I did that for quite a long time, obviously, to support my family. And then I thought I wanted more, did my nurse training, did health visitor training, then to advanced nurse practitioner training. And I just thought there's more to this that I'm providing. I can do more. And I was approached by a company asking if I would like to do online first aid courses for parents for their company. I had a conversation with my son. My son's an entrepreneur, and he said, "Why don't you set your own business up, Mum?" This was 5 years ago, and this is where Mama Ma originally came from, doing videos, so pre-recording videos of every subject. That's where it came from. Unfortunately, I got quite ill, so it was all just put on hold, and it's been put on hold. It's been progressing very slowly. The videos are there, etc., but put on hold because I was so ill. And then that's where I can do something different. I can do something. What can I do without physically having to do something? So that's why I created Mama Ma Babies. And now I've got the bug. There's so many ideas. And there's probably the time where I'm thinking I should be slowing down. I've done everything the reverse. I'm getting older, probably should be settling down. But yeah, there's so many opportunities out there for starting businesses. And so, yeah, my businesses are very, very, like I say, in the early stages, but I've got the bug for doing things. And so, yeah, that's my journey, not the conventional journey, but
I think that's incredible. I'm so sorry to hear that you were not feeling well. And thank God that you're getting stronger. And I am so grateful that you're here sharing your story, sharing your expertise. And I know that there's someone listening that will relate exactly to your story. So thank you so much for being here. Over to you, Ioana.
I started as a teacher in a public school, in a public special needs school. But I always dreamt of doing the deeper work. And I would go on the street and see private practices of psychotherapists and say, one day I'm gonna be that person. I'm gonna be like that. And when I gave birth in Romania, we have a 2-year period of, I wouldn't call it vacation, but that's how it's called, to raise the child. And I said, this is my moment. So I partnered with my friend and we started holding activities for kids, personal development activities. And we like to laugh about it because we started with 3 pillows and a pack of crayons and some toys that I stole from my kid. And we developed that step by step. As I was saying, small steps lead a long way. So we got from that to our own practice, to having everything nice and fun for us. And yeah, that's how it started and where it led.
I think that's really, really incredible and fascinating. So you started with whatever you had, like you didn't wait for everything to be perfect. And now you've grown your business to the level of success you have today. So congratulations on that, because I know, and based off of the interactions I have with women every day, many people wait until they feel confident, wait until they feel ready, wait until they have all the resources. And I believe that that's our brain's way of trying to keep us safe. And many people stay stuck in that level and never actually launch their businesses. So I love that you just shared that. Now, I want to dive into your area of expertise. You help women with removing the mindset blocks, right? So talk us through how you actually help women.
There are so many blocks that we all have, from our thoughts to our emotions and to everything that's not aligned. But as you said, we make it about the external things. I don't have that or the other one, and we find excuses. So what I do is help these women see the real block. It's not about the exterior. It's not about what you have or don't have. It's about what you believe about yourself. It's about what you value and the conflict between what you value and what you want. Because sometimes there's a conflict there, and our mind says, no, you can't have both. You need to choose. And once they see that, it's like, oh, I was digging at the wrong hole. Let's go back a little and find the cause and actually work on that. And then they're willing to do the work. And it's not easy to look at your emotions, at your beliefs, and sometimes at your childhood and what didn't go as should have. So yeah, that's the process. And it's complex and it's deep, but it's so fulfilling, and it brings a lot of joy in their life and in my life for seeing the results they get.
Yeah, so I truly appreciate what you just said. And going into, I call it the dark basement of our lives, right? The things we've kind of shoved in the backgrounds. And like you said, it could be trauma from our childhood that's keeping us stuck in business. But until we do that work to uncover the true reason why we are self-sabotaging or having all of those excuses, I think that's the work. And I love everything you just described. And hopefully, someone listening will be intrigued and they want to resolve their childhood trauma so that they finally can launch their business to the level where they want it to go. So, thank you so much for that. Sharon, can you tell us your expertise? Like, walk us through how you help women in your business.
Okay, so it's men and women, so it's dads, it's new parents in general. Lots of parents believe they should be this kind of parent, they should be doing this, they should be getting babies in routines. A lot of that information isn't correct, it's wrong, it's not evidence-based. And that's the luck if they get any kind of information, but the information that they're getting is wrong. So I try and just reassure parents that no, it's very difficult to break a baby. So whatever you're doing, as long as you're showing up and you're loving your baby, you're being responsive to your baby, then you're not going to do a great deal wrong about that attachment and bonding and things like that. So that's kind of the foundation initially, and then build on all the practical sides of caring for a newborn, bathing them, changing the nappies, getting them dressed, so all the practical sides of things. We kind of think parents automatically know. I didn't know how to bath my babies when my first baby, I didn't know how to do that. Scared to death of changing a baby's nappy. So all the little things that we take for granted, I just try and educate people or show them, reassure them that they're doing okay. I think the pressures that parents have on themselves now, it's just impacting on the mental health so much. It's something I've just recently read a report from the UK government they've interviewed all these new parents, and I think it's something like 85% have felt lonely and unsupported. That's a massive amount of parents, and that's just because there isn't that support out there. So I just want to do anything possible to give them that support, but mainly that reassurance that they're doing okay. And to live up to these expectations, unrealistic expectations that quite often is on social media. So yeah, that's me.
That's incredible. Like, I can relate to what you just said, and I know many people listening can too. When I had my daughter 6 years ago, I just felt like, am I doing it right? Even now, as a mom, I keep second guessing myself, and I keep saying, am I being the best mom for this girl? Am I doing it right? Am I letting her down? So I love that your business is reassuring moms and dads and showing them that they are doing okay. And just hearing what you said, when I look back over the last 6 years, I have done incredible, even though day to day I judge myself, right? But when I look back, I'm like, I did well. So I absolutely love what you do. Um, Robin, I want to go to you. I want you to tell us your area of expertise. You help women get more visible. Tell us about the work you do.
How much time do you have, Joy? I do quite a bit. So with the podcast, because I have many entities underneath that one umbrella. So with the podcast, the ladies can come on and promote themselves and whatever they have going. So it's coaching business, it can be a nonprofit, it can be their author, and they want to get more visibility on their books. And so they can come to the show and be interviewed. I'm a live show, so they get to come and be interviewed live and to a global audience. Also, another way of visibility that I do, I have a podcasting academy. So I coach people if you want to start a podcast or you are stuck in your existing one and you just need to kind of revamp the show. And so it's another way of getting their brands, their voices out there to a global market where they can have more leverage as the expert. And
Mm.
so that's that with the academy. And then also I host events. So getting people in the room is another form of is my expertise as far as visibility, because networking is key. Anything we do starts with a relationship. Doesn't matter the profession, it starts with a relationship. So I create rooms and spaces for women from my city, all over my city, different areas of business, or just moms who just, hey, they want to get out the house. They're tired of being at home. Uh, hey, come to the event, meet some amazing women, and to see the connections and the relationships build from there. Some of those ladies go off and work together later, collaborate on projects. I get to see one unfold in about 2 months. Two ladies that were guests on my show, two different areas of the country, connected on my show. They went off and one's having a conference. Well, the one that lives out of state is going to be one of the speakers at the conference.
Mm.
And so I'll be in the audience with my pom poms, cheering them on because I feel proud of them for connecting ladies that didn't know each other prior, but to go off and say, hey, let's collaborate. Let's
Mm.
let's help one another get visibility for our businesses. It shouldn't always be what's in it for me. It's how I can be of service to others. And so I'm glad that I'm able to create a space just for that, for the visibility piece of it all.
Oh my gosh. I love this so much. And when you talked about authors, like Sharon just came to my mind because she recently launched a book, and I feel like that would be a great platform to go promote. Even for me, I'm gonna apply to be a guest on your show.
Okay,
That's
I'll send
incredible.
information.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay, so Robin, I want you to tell us, because this is your area of expertise, sales, marketing. The people who listen to this podcast, they are business owners. So can you teach us how we can market better and how we can make more sales?
Okay. Um, Number one, do you know who you're talking to? Who is
Mm.
your audience? Are you very clear on who that is? Once you become clear on who that is, okay. Now we're in a social space where everything is content, content, content. Are you creating content that is going to reach those customers? Showing who you are. Have you built the know, like, and trust factor? Do they know you? Have you shown your authentic self? Not so much as pushing a sale down someone's throat, but
Mm.
to showcase yourself as not only the expert, but as the brand. Um, a lot of people, sales and marketing scares them. It's getting out there and just starting. I love what Iana was talking about, just with mindset, and you know, and you guys are talking about waiting for it to be perfect. It's just starting, putting that first piece of content out on whatever social media platform. So if you're the person that hates social media, I'm in a season of get someone else to do it for you. There are tons of VAs and social media managers that are ready to take that on if you don't want to do it. Email list, all the things. Do you have an email list? What does that look like? If Facebook and Instagram shuts down again, like it did years ago for 8 hours and people were going crazy, do you have that customer email list where you can still talk to your customers? So I'm really big on consistency. And so posting just once a month, no one's going to remember, or promoting yourself once a month. What rooms are you getting in? Are you networking? No one's going to know about what you do until you talk about it. What podcast are you going to get on? That's a form of, pun intended, that is a form of sales, form of marketing. What podcast are you getting on? Are you doing your research to see who fits in within your niche? And go from there. And you don't have to do all this in one day. Break it up. I always do a nice to-do list of top five, 6 things to do the day before for the next day. That way it keeps you organized, and you can do the same as a marketing, hey, I'm gonna, send a DM to 10 people today about my business and just see what happens. They can either do one thing, respond or not. And if they're for you, they'll respond. And the rest is history.
That's incredible. Like you touched on so many points, Robin. So when I started, I was terrified. And even now, when I speak with women, they always tell me, oh, I wish someone else can handle the marketing in my business. And I just do the fulfillment, whether that's as a coach or a consultant. Many women just want to outsource the marketing because they don't feel confident enough to be the face and brand of their business.
Yeah.
And so I can relate with everything you just said. But now, as my business has grown, I'm in love with marketing. I'm in love with sales. And so I always tell women, find a marketing strategy that you can do for the rest of your life. Because when you stop marketing, then your leads stop coming in. So I feel like many women need to change their relationship with marketing and sales, even sales particularly. Many women don't want to feel salesy. They feel like they're pushing their offer down people's throats, right? So changing the way we relate to the word sales and the way we relate to selling is the key to success. Because if you're not making sales, you don't have a business, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say business is sales. I don't care how you flip it. Business is sales. You can just have your elevator pitch really quickly, 30, 60-second elevator pitch, and convert somebody right then. I mean, you having confidence. If you don't sound like you don't know, or you just like, I guess I help moms. Well, the person you're talking to is going to be like, they don't sound too sure. Nice meeting you. But if you're confident with it, you can probably capture someone and convert someone within 30 to 60 seconds of you seeing who you help and what results you can provide. And you may be able to convert someone just like that, without having to go through a full sales funnel.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. And I think that confidence comes from really understanding and appreciating that we have something of value that somebody wants to pay for. I feel like as women, when we recognize that we have something that someone is willing and ready to pay for, it changes how we talk about our business. Just like you said, I'm not talking about my business from the place of, I'm not sure. I think this is what I do. That comes off, right? The way I say it comes off, and people are like, she doubts herself. And then they just say, okay, maybe some other time. So thank you so much for saying that. I want to go to Iwana. I want you to tell us how you sell. What's your sell and how has that evolved as your business has grown? Sales and marketing.
Oh, I related to everything that Robin said because that's who I was at the beginning. I didn't want to be on Facebook or Instagram or any social media. I thought, I don't like it. But when I allowed myself to actually try it, I understood that I actually felt I'm not good at it. And that's why I didn't try it. And now I love it. I'm not the best at it. I'm still learning. But it's a matter of allowing myself to be bad at it in public and not make it mean that I'm not worthy or I'm not good enough. And also, sales changed for me when I understood that I'm always selling. I'm selling the movie I love. I'm selling the tea I just bought and loved. I'm selling everything that worked for me and I loved, and I'm telling all the people about it. Why would it be different with my work that I actually love and know it works? And that's when everything changed and confidence showed up, and I'm just telling people about the amazing opportunity they have. So that's the journey. I started just like Robin described, right? I guess I'm helping people. I don't really want to tell them about my offer because they might refuse. But yeah, rejection is part of the deal. They might reject me. And just like my friend might say, this tea is not good, right? It's not for me. I have other tastes, and that's fine. We're different, and it's okay to be different.
Wow. I love that so much. Two things you said, I was just making notes so I don't forget. You said you allow yourself to be bad at it. And the example that I always give to people is my daughter, who's 6. When she turned 5, I decided to take her to swimming. The first lesson, she was terrible because she had never been in the water. And so seeing her on that first day, would anyone call her an imposter because she's trying to learn how to swim? No, nobody will call her an imposter, but somehow we call ourselves imposters because we are doing something for the first time, which we've never done. Now, when you see my daughter in the water, she looks like a fish. She swims so well now. And so I use that as an example, even for myself. And I'm like, look at how much progress she's made with swimming because every Saturday I take her swimming. We've never missed a day except days when there were holidays. And so I love that you said you allowed yourself to be bad at it. And as women, many of us, we want to be perfect. We want to show up on Instagram and be influencers. Well, influencers, their business model is different from what we are trying to achieve, right? We are building businesses. So I love that you said that. And also about rejection. When someone sees you on Instagram, if they are not your person, then they'll scroll away, right? But the people who are your people, the clients you're meant to serve, they're going to find your content interesting and then they're going to engage and then they're going to say, I want to work with you. So I love all what you just said. And I love the listeners to reshape their relationship with rejection because nobody actually rejects you. They just say, oh, she's not my person, right? And they move on. So lovely things you just said there. Thank you so much. I want to go to Sharon. Sharon, tell us about your business model, how you make money and your relationship with making money in your business and how that has evolved. I know you said your business is relatively new, but I want to hear your experience.
I think, thank you for sharing all that information, Robin. I did take notes. Yeah, you did mention imposter syndrome, which has been a massive thing for me. And it's reassuring to know that even the most successful people have imposter syndrome. I'm 55-year-old and I'm still getting imposter syndrome at every stage of my life. So I just kind of accept that as normal. So for anybody out there who says, I have imposter syndrome, that's normal. And I think it's part of growing. I think it's also going back to putting yourself out there. What is the worst that can happen? You'll know if you believe in something, which I believe in what I'm trying to provide and share this information with parents. I believe in that. So just putting yourself out there and what is the worst that can happen? Social media, like I say, I'm 55-year-old going on TikTok and Instagram. It just seemed absolutely ridiculous in the beginning. And like, actually, no, this is not bad. And I've learned a whole new set of skills by doing this and putting myself out there. I think these past few years, because of the things that have happened to me with my health, I nearly died at one point, and I just thought, you know what, life's too short. Let's just push the businesses that I believe in. Let's just push them out there and put myself out there. And like I said, what is the worst that can happen? And even if I just get one message across to anybody, is if I can do it, anybody can do it, depending on what that it is that you want to do. And so, yeah, just believe in yourself and believe that you can do it. I think as well, I say to parents, when having your baby, they're learning a new skill. New skills take time. Both you and your baby are learning a new skill. It takes time. And I think as women in particular, when we're doing anything like this, we're still learning new skills. So for me, it's about practicing what I preach. Be kind to myself. And I am still learning new skills. So, yeah.
That's phenomenal. And like, I still get imposter syndrome, right? I think it never goes away, but we take action regardless of the fear we feel, right? I was in a conference where I spoke. One of the speakers, her name is Dr. Janenga. She is the founder of a program called Web PT, and she's making multiple seven figures in her business. She has like over 20 people in her team. And she said she still feels like an imposter, that when she wakes up in the morning, sometimes that voice tells her that someone is going to find her out and someone is going to expose her. This is someone who is making multiple seven figures in her business, and yet she still feels the imposter. So I believe that it may never go away, and that's okay. We bring the imposter syndrome along. We make the impact we are here to make in the world, and we make the income we are here to make. I want to go to you, Robin. As a woman running your business, you've created incredible success for your business, for yourself. I want you to tell us how you were like your personal development, your mindset, how your mindset has evolved. What do you think you would credit to helping you get to where you are today?
Consistency. I've been consistent. My show is almost 5 years old. It'll be 5 years old in April. I've been consistent the entire time. Consistent in putting myself out there, consistent in getting professional development, going to conferences, actually applying what is being taught at the conferences. Not being the smartest person in the room. I'm okay with that. I want to be in the room with millionaires because I aspire to be one. So teach me. I'm coachable. So being able to invest in yourself, go to a conference that, hey, the cost may be a little high and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm paying this much to go to a conference. But it's the value of what you'll walk away with from those conferences. And it's things that you can go and apply immediately in your business, in your personal life. Really big on mindset, having that quiet time in the mornings with God, having that quiet time, devotional, whatever that looks like, to help start the day of the mindset. And all right, it's going to be a good day. All right, I'm going to, work my business today. All right, I'm going to try to reach this many people today. And, the Lord will take care of the rest. So mindset, consistency, and seeing who you can be of service to, because it all comes around. You're helping someone today. Today, Joy, you have us on. It goes around and one of us will be able to help you in some way. Building community. Do you have community? It takes you a long way. So that helps me all the way up until now.
Wow, that's like a masterclass in business success. I am going to re-listen to this episode. All of you have given incredible gems. And yeah, I agree. The community, because there are days when I don't feel good enough. There are days when I doubt myself. But because I'm in masterminds, I get support in the community. So community is so key. And I love what you said about getting in the rooms. I always get in rooms with top people so that I can learn from them. And just listening and watching how multiple millionaires think changes the way I think. So I remember being in Myron Golden's. Robin, you might know Myron Golden.
I do. I know who he
Myron
is.
Golden, yeah, his group coaching program is $1 million to get in.
Is it? Okay.
And so I'm like, I want to get in rooms where these people get in. And so I attended one of his 5-day challenges, and my mindset just shifted. Just seeing successful people how they think is so helpful. So I love how you said getting in the rooms with successful people, not being the smartest person in the room. And I love to be in community with people I aspire to be like. And because we all get to help each other, right? So thank you so much for all those golden nuggets. Ioana, I want to go to you and I want to hear your personal development journey. How have you evolved your business to the success you've created today?
I was thinking about what Robin said about, I always have something to learn. I don't know everything. And there's a nuance to that came to mind, because I've always thought that I will learn till the end of my life and maybe even after. And I will always have things to learn. But now I'm doing this publicly. It's like if until now I would say, oh, let me get my notebook and in my shadow, I'm going to write the notes and learn. Now oh, I don't know that. Tell me more. Right. And one is the authenticity that allows me to move closer to the person that teaches me and get more. And second, I might inspire someone to do the same and accept that we're not perfect. We don't know everything. And it's okay to be like that. It's perfect to learn and to move step by step. And one more thing that shifted for me, and I think it made a huge difference, was self-compassion. I don't have to beat myself up because I'm not where I want to be right now. It's a process, it's a journey, and I can just be where I am and be kind to myself. And not to say that's a free pass to find excuses and say, oh, I can't do that. But it's a way for me to enjoy the journey and just give myself a break from time to time. And lower the burden, because the burden is not helping. It's just making things harder. So yeah, these are the main things that shifted and allowed me to grow and to grow my business alongside of me.
Wow, that's incredible. I love what you just said. I remember a coach telling me one time, and she said, "What if the journey is the destination?" Because she saw in me that I was constantly looking at that future when I'm earning multiple $1 million per year, and I was constantly thinking about that place and making myself miserable now because I'm not there yet. And she said, what if the journey you're on is actually the destination? And that completely shifted how I show up in myself, in my business. And so good. Thank you so much for saying that. And the self-compassion bit, like you were speaking to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I need to be more compassionate, and I know listeners can so relate to that. Thank you. Sharon, I want to come to you and then I'll go to Robin. Tell us how people can take the next step with you in your business?
How people what? Sorry, I missed that, John. How
Yeah, so
people?
someone is listening now, they are
Yeah.
interested in
Okay.
what you have to offer. Tell us what the next step is. How can they reach out and what will be the next step for them?
Um, they can reach out to my website, mamamababy.com. Yeah, there's all the information on there. I'm all on social media, just Mama Ma Baby. Yeah, so that's how people can reach out to me. Yeah, email me, mamamababyinfo .com. So yeah, so yeah, just anything on social media or my website. All my services are available on there.
Okay. I also want you, Sharon, to tell us about your book and
Oh
how
yeah.
you've evolved your journey to where you are now.
So my journey it's evolved. It's having that self belief and going back to what you just mentioned, Joy, about the destination is that the journey, and I'm a true believer in that, and I enjoy what I do. This is my day-to-day job, helping educate people and parents. So yeah, for me it is a journey, not the end result. So the book, that came about when I was ill and I couldn't do a great deal. I knew what I wanted to say to help parents feel reassured, feel listened to, feel heard. Um, so I just started writing little bits while I was recuperating, and then the book just evolved, and then it ended up. I didn't know what I was wanted to do with the end result of the book, but I knew what I wanted to write and what I wanted to get out there. So I just put everything on paper, and then it evolved bit by bit. Yeah, so that's my book. I always forget about my book because it's, and I shouldn't do really, but yeah, I always forget about it. I think, but for me, I wrote that book as a personal experience as well, knowing all the sort of the downfalls of parenthood and the misbeliefs of parenthood, what I was led to believe. So I just wanted to share them. So for me, that was a journey in itself, just for me.
Wow. I love that. So tell us, what's the title of your book and can we get it on Amazon?
Yeah, so it's called So This Is Parenthood, with the subtitle The Manual That Nobody Wrote, because nobody does tell the brutal, honest truth of parenthood. It is quite witty. Some of it is a bit tongue in cheek, because I think sometimes you have to be, can't take parenthood too seriously. 3 o'clock in the morning when you're trying to Google things while your baby's doing this movement. And yes, and it's available on Amazon.
Okay, listeners, I'm gonna grab the link. It's gonna be in the show notes if you are listening on the podcast, and it's gonna be in the description if you're watching us on YouTube. Robin, I want you to tell us about how someone can take the next step with you in your business.
Well, I am pretty much on all social media platforms at Mamapreneur Podcast. That's YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. And then for the nonprofit, it is Team Robbins Divas Cancer Foundation, and that's on Instagram and LinkedIn. And I just started a YouTube for it, so I can capture all the fun we'll be having there.
Okay, I'm gonna grab all those links as well. It will be in the show notes and in the description. Robin, before I move on to Iwana, I want you to tell us about um, what made you start the nonprofit. Tell us the story behind that.
Okay. Next month will be 9 years since I was diagnosed with stage 2 Hodgkin's lymphoma. Um, I remember what I went through during that time, and it felt great when I would be in treatment. I did 5 months, almost 6 months of chemo and a month of radiation. And I remember going into treatment, and they would have people come in, like different women's groups, prayer groups, and they would come and bring like a quilt or a prayer blanket or care package and just sit with us. And so I remember how it made me feel. Now, granted, I had people with me every time I was at treatment, but then there were others that we might have had the same schedule and no one was there with them. They were by themselves. And so I saw the looks on those people's faces when people would come and just sit with them and just talk about whatever. And that brought a smile to that person's face. And I said, man, I'm going to do that one day. And I let fear kind of get in the way of that a little bit. But when God puts something in us, he will always give us that nudge or that tug if we don't act on it. And so he kept tugging. Uh, and last year made the decision to go ahead and make it into a nonprofit. So it's just that. So Team Robin's Divas is the team I have when I would do things with Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and we'd raise money for blood cancers. And so I was like, hey, let's make that into the nonprofit. And it's being able to provide resources and education and care packages to women who are currently in cancer treatment right now. Cancer is a very unpredictable time. There's a lot going on emotionally, physically, and you just don't know. And some folks financially, you just never know what people are going through. And then you have to, do treatment, whatever that looks like. So being a light in a lady's life who's currently in treatment, where no diva fights alone. So
Yeah. Ooh.
and it's just a time that, you never know what the person themselves are going through. Then the family to support, because there's not too much they could do to change the situation, you know, but to be there for them and be an emotional support and help. And that's a time I had to rely on help. I'm a single parent. So that's the time I had to rely on help. My son was 7 years old
Mhm.
when I was diagnosed. And so now it's good. He's 16 now, and now he gets to see me still be around. I just had an actual scans before coming to be with you guys today to still determine that we're still in remission. So yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. Thank you so much for that. And I know your work is having an impact on so many people's lives. So thank you so much. Over to you, Iwana.
Thank you, Joy. I'm impressed of the stories that Robin and Sharon shared. People can reach me on Instagram, and I have a brand new LinkedIn account that I'm working on. So I am there too. Or they can go ahead on Tidy Call and book a discovery call and meet me and see how we can work together. That's also an option.
Phenomenal. So I'm going to grab those links as well. It's going to be in the show notes and in the description. I cannot believe we are already at time. This has just been the most amazing conversation. But before we go, I want us to go around the room and talk to our 21-year-old self. I want you to think about your 21-year-old self. What would you have to say to her? We'll go to Sharon first and then Robin.
Oh, wow. What would I say to my 20? I'd say lots and lots of things to my 21-year-old self. The first, probably the most important thing I'd say is believe in yourself, believe in dreams. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do anything. You just go for it. You're going to make mistakes along the way. Learn by the mistakes. Try not to repeat them. You probably will, but try not to repeat them. But yeah, just believe in yourself. And like I said right in the beginning, if there's one message that anybody can get is, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm 55-year-old and I'm learning TikTok. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. Yeah.
I love that so much. Thank you, Sharon. How about you, Robin?
Give yourself grace. Stop beating yourself up. You got this. A lot of times we're our hardest critic. So give yourself grace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. Over to you, Iwana.
Sensing there's a theme here because I would tell myself, you're perfect just as you are. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to learn from them. Just keep going and keep dreaming.
Yes. Wow. Mic drop moment there. Thank you, ladies. This has been such an incredible conversation, and I am so glad that the audience got to learn from you and your expertise and your journey in entrepreneurship. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you, Joy.